the Israeli government and the lobby together get the United States to do whatever they want. We support Israel unconditionally, no matter what, right? And it's because of the power of the lobby and the president and the power of Israel, right? Those two things working together. But if you took the lobby away, there's no lobby, we'd have a fundamentally different foreign policy.
So you are saying that is 100% not the United States, that Israel controls the United States. United States are controlling the foreign policy of Israel because you are doing stuff that are against the foreign policy, against United States. So you are saying, correct?
Yeah. If you look at Congress in the United States, virtually all the senators and all the Congress people in the United States support Israel, hook, line, and sinker. And many of them take money from the lobby.
But you do have an advantage to have a country there to be in charge in the Middle East, right? You have an advantage to be partners with Israel.
No.
No? You don't?
No.
Okay.
No. We'd be better off if there were no Israel.
Okay.
You know why Obama said he attacked us on 9/11? Osama bin Laden said that the principal reason he attacked us on 9/11 was because of our support for Israel against the Palestinians. It's not in our interest. Is it in our interest to support a genocide now? I don't think it's in our interest to support a genocide. We have terrible relations with Iran. Why do we have terrible relations with Iran? Because of Israel. Iran has tried on numerous occasions to improve its relations with the United States. In the mid-1990s, Iran was working hard to improve relations with Iran and the United States were working hard to improve relations. And the lobby moved in and put the kibosh on it, right? It was Bill Clinton who was president at the time. And the Iranians approached him and the Israelis moved in. It's not in their strategic interest to support Israel. That's why you need a lobby. You wouldn't, if it was in our strategic interest to support Israel, if Israel was our attack dog and they did whatever we wanted, why would we need a lobby? Why would we need this incredibly powerful lobby going up to Capitol Hill and basically bribing all these congressmen and congresswomen?
So that's the mechanism. They are paying for their campaigns and bribing them under the table, stuff that we don't know. And this is how they are voting for this stuff, and that's how they control. This is the mechanism.
Yeah. Because, by the way, it's not only that you get money. Let's say that you're going to run for Congress or you're a sitting congressman and you're not, making or pulling in enough money. AIPAC will give you money, or some element of AIPAC will give you money, and that will help you.
For your campaign.
For the campaign. But the other thing that happens is let's assume that you're a congressman and you decide that you've had it with Israel and you're going to get on the House floor and you're going to criticize Israel. What's going to happen is Israel is going to find a candidate to run against you, give huge amounts of money to that candidate, and then you're going to be defeated. That's how
they're so powerful. They're so powerful.
Just look what happened at the campus protests. In the spring of 2024, when the genocide was really picking up steam, we had these massive protests that included many Jewish students on campuses like Harvard, Columbia, Chicago, Stanford, you name it. Today, you don't see a single protest on a college campus in the United States. Not a single protest. Why is that? It's because of the lobby. Rich donors.
I like the philosophical conversation to have appliance as well. That's one of the reasons why I love to have you here, because I want to ask you exactly how should I vote sometimes. So there is a thing that as European Union, should we sanction Israel for what they did to Gaza and the Palestinians?
Absolutely. It's a genocide.
So we should vote for any possible sanction, even if we damage relationship. We should vote.
You want to damage relations with a country that's committing genocide. Would you have wanted to have good relations with Nazi Germany? This is a country that's committing a genocide. Every major human rights group in the world, including B'Tselem, which is the leading human rights group in Israel, has looked at what the Israelis have done and has concluded it's a genocide. The United Nations set up a special study group, a special commission to study it, and they came to the conclusion this is a genocide. It's just tons of evidence that this is a genocide. Cool. And what have the Europeans and the Americans done? They have basically supported Israel. They're complicit in a genocide.
Israel gets what Israel wants. America provides what Israel wants without any questions. And if you think that there will be any leader who will oppose Israel, you're wasting your time. You're really wasting your time. Because if there was one person whom everyone thought could finally stand up to Israel, was Donald Trump. People thought that Kamala and Biden were too soft. And they thought that if we had someone like Donald Trump, he was going to stand up to Israel. He was going to say no to some of the things that Israel was doing. And remember, even the Arab or Muslim community in America voted for Donald Trump because they thought he was going to restrain Israel. He was going to put a stop to what Israel was doing, especially to the people in Gaza. But did he do that? I'm guessing right now that the Muslim communities in America are now licking their wounds because they thought Biden was too soft and Kamala was just going to be an extension of Joe Biden's policies towards the Arab countries or the Palestinians living in Gaza. And so they thought that maybe if they bring in Donald Trump, he was going to do something very, very different. But if you just look closer, right, Donald Trump has been a great friend to Israel. Donald Trump has given Israel a lot. I really do not understand where people came up with this notion that Donald Trump could be the one who restrained Israel. Who was the one bringing all these crazy ideas? He was funded by pro-Israelis, American business people or billionaires. You think that all that support was for free? You think that all the billions he got, or millions he got, or hundreds of millions he got were for free? How naive can you be? How naive can you be? No. He wasn't going to do none of those things. None. He was going to continue, and most people have even speculated that he is worse than Joe Biden and Kamala. That when he decided to bomb Iran, that was that was something a little bit too far. That when it comes to Iran, the previous presidents in America have always said no to that. That even when Bibi wanted to do it during the era of Joe Biden, who was considered a dead president, said no. You cannot do this. You cannot bomb Iran. You cannot bomb their nuclear facilities or nuclear program. You cannot do that. Israel bomb Qatar, bomb Doha. In any other situation, this would be war. But Qatar didn't do anything. They let it slide. And Bibi gave a very, very shallow and hollow apology. We are sorry we did what we did. We are so sorry. Oh my God, we are so sorry. Coming back to America, most people are speculating that the reason why American politicians are so into the whole Israel first of a thing is because most of them are, one, being bribed, or two, being blackmailed, or three, being bribed and blackmailed. Most of them are, like the Congress, the members of Congress, and also the Senate are all being bribed or blackmailed, allegedly. And that Israel is good at convincing them into being for Israel and making sure that they approve whatever that was in the best interest of Israel. Do you know the whole intervention in Libya? According to what I'm getting right now, that was all what Netanyahu wanted. That for the longest time, he has been screaming that there must be an intervention in Libya. And according to he, Muammar Gaddafi was a very horrible person. Well, to some extent, Gaddafi was a horrible person. That is true. Let's call a spade a spade. Likewise, Bibi himself is also a very horrible person. He has done a lot of things that, in my own opinion, need to be taken to the Hague. He needs to face the music. The same thing with Obama, who destroyed Libya, who did more drone strikes, I think, in Yemen and Syria. The same thing with Bush. Bush needs to go in for his whole intervention in Afghanistan and in Iraq. He needs to answer for that. So let's talk again about this whole thing between American politicians and Israel. The Israelis lobby group is very powerful. They have hundreds of millions, if not billions, to throw around. And if you are willing to sing the Israeli song, then they will make sure you get the political position that you want. They will help you further your political goals and make you rich. But if you are against singing the Israeli song, they will make sure you suffer. If they don't have anything to blackmail you into submission with, they will look for someone to run against you and then take you out. They have the money. Remember, they have the money. And most politicians are not rich. They depend on donations from people. And if you just toe the line, if you just give AIPAC what they want, if you just support any policy that would protect Israel and give Israel what they want, in return, you can also be very rich. And remember, there's also this revolving door that happens within people in the government like the top-ranking politicians and corporations. When you support any policy that gives money to these corporations, there is always a job for you when you decide to move out of politics. There's always a job for you. That is the thing. So the people who are being screwed are the common Americans, are everyday Americans. Those are the ones who are being screwed. Those are the ones whose own interest is not being looked after. Israel gets what Israel wants. Politicians get their bribes, their tips, their inside information on what to invest and how to invest. But common Americans, they get nothing. Nothing at all. So if you ask yourself, what is with this whole relationship between Israel and American politicians? The answer is very simple. Self-interest. They all scratch each other's back. That's what they do. They scratch each other's back.